Hey, what's up you guys? I'm back with another video. This time, since it's fall, I figured it'd be nice to react to a scary animation video, and it is still 80 degrees outside. But we're not gonna let that slow us down. We're gonna react to some scary animation videos. I've been seeing a lot of them online and it just looks like fun. I actually watch a lot of these on my own without, recording myself. So I had to kind of dig for some that I haven't seen before. Hopefully one of them wasn't something I've seen before and I forgot about, because I want a genuine reaction, obviously. Why do I look like a boy? I thought this plaid shirt was cute, but I kind of just look like a farmer. Okay, I hope this works because I've never done this screen recording / audio recording. Oh god.
When I was 4 years old, my family and I used to live in a huge...
Okay, sorry, I didn't introduce the title of this video. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing. This one's called My Scary Apartment Basement. It's by Wansee Entertainment, so follow them if you don't already.
Huge apartment.
Let's start that again.
When I was 4 years old, my family and I used to live in a huge apartment. Along with the apartment complex was a huge basement where we could do our laundry. However, in order to get there, we had to take the elevator. One day, my mom was doing the laundry. My brothers and I accompanied her.
Hold on. Why does the mom look like the same age as them? She looks like she's like 11 years old. Okay. And what is that in the window? Okay. We're going.
My two brothers were playing together. Meanwhile, I was wandering off to the dark...
Wait, he's trying to push him into that dryer or washer or whatever. Did you see that? He was like all ready to go. What the hell?
Basement's hallway. As I walked in further, I saw bloody footprints that were the same size as my feet.
Oh, you don't go in there.
I followed the footsteps.
No,
They
you don't follow the
stopped at
footsteps.
the end of the hallway.
Why would you follow the
I saw two
footsteps?
kids. A boy with brown hair and brown eyes, and a girl with blonde hair and brown eyes.
No!
They were both my age. There was something odd about them, but like any other 5-year-old, I just ignored it. I turned my head around.
You don't just ignore it? What do you mean any other 5-year-old? Any other 5-year-old would run away. What the hell?
See if there was anyone else in the hallway. But there wasn't. As I turned my head around to look at the kids again, they vanished.
Oh, no.
I was confused. I mean, how could that be possible? There was only a wall in front of me. A few days later, I was getting into the elevator.
Sweetie.
As soon as I entered, I saw the kids again. I asked them where their mom and dad were, but they didn't respond. I turned around and I pressed the button to go to the 3rd floor, and as I turned back to them, again, they were gone. I was shocked. So I told the janitor about what happened. Apparently, there was a horrible situation some time ago. A family used to live here, and the parents killed their own children. Now their ghosts haunt the whole complex in search for their bodies. Several years have passed, and we moved out. But I still wonder if they ever ended up finding their bodies.
Oh my god. Okay. That was messed up. They say whenever you see ghosts, it's usually because you've got something going on in your life, and so you're at like a vulnerable stage in your life. Your emotions are vulnerable to that. So something was going on with that little kid. Or, you know what? It makes more sense to say that little kids just are vulnerable. That's probably it. They say kids are able to say, or to see more of this stuff anyways. Alright. Next one's called True Scariest Doppelganger Story Animated. This one's also by Wansee. I think I said it wrong previously. Entertainment.
I'm 21 years old now. This happened to my uncle when I was around 9 years old. My uncle was living in our house and was staying in our vacant guest room up on the 2nd floor. He's my dad's cousin, so he was really close to our family. My uncle was a morning person. He would always get up at around 4 a.m., drink coffee, and run
Not
morning
me.
errands around the house. He also told us that he could see and feel ghosts because he has a third eye. And to give you a little background on our house, it was the very first house that was built on our street. We could sometimes feel something moving around our house, especially at night, but we never really paid attention to it. One morning, my uncle woke up at his usual time, around 4 a.m. He left his room, which was right beside the
Ooh, they say scary stuff always happens at like 3 to 4 a.m. I don't know why, but they say that happens.
staircase. Saw my older sister, who was 17 years old at that time, going up the stairs with a cup of coffee in her hand. The weird thing was, he said that my sister was looking down and not showing her face the whole time.
Ew.
He greeted her with, "Good morning, and why are you up so early?" He said my sister just kept walking up while looking down and ignoring him.
Oh god.
My uncle felt awkward as my
It's like me when I sleepwalk. I scared Brandon.
sister just walked past him. He ignored it, thinking my sister was in a really bad mood. He thought she probably stayed up late studying or something. My uncle went down to grab a cup of coffee when he saw my mother in the living room, ironing some clothes. My uncle was confused about why my mother was up at 4 a.m. and ironing clothes. He tried to talk to her and asked the same thing he asked my sister. "Why are you up so early?" He noticed that my mother was wearing the same clothes from the night before she went to bed, so he knew it was her. To his surprise, my mother ignored him. My mother never ignored anyone, which is why he found it strange. My mother was just looking.
I mean, if she was sleepwalking, you don't really know that someone's talking to you. Like, I had no idea that Brandon was talking to me when I was sleepwalking. So, I mean, if that's the case.
Down as she kept ironing. That's when my uncle knew something was off. He knew something was very wrong here. He rushed back upstairs to his room, locked the door, turned off the lights, and tried to go back to sleep. He tried to forget about it and woke up again a few hours later.
Oh god.
It was around 10 a.m. in the morning when he talked to my mother and my sister about
I
what
don't know if I
happened.
could just forget about that.
They said they were asleep the whole night, and they don't recall waking up at 4 a.m. My uncle was so shocked about what he had just
Oh
experienced.
god.
Someone was caught.
There's some ghosts, some more paranormal stuff. Oh wait, no, it's called doppelganger, so maybe it is a doppelganger. I don't know. I don't know the full story about doppelgangers.
Copying my mother and sister earlier that morning. I was so scared at that time. I became so paranoid that I might feel or see something odd in our house, but I tried not to think about it too much. The night after that situation, my uncle woke up at around 3 a.m. He felt something at the end of his bed, and he saw a woman with
Oh god! Oh my
sitting there.
god! Oh,
My
why are the
uncle
sound
froze
effects?
for a while. He didn't know what to do.
Dude, it looks like the
He
girl
was
from The
trembling when
Ring.
he said, "Go
That's
away."
scarier.
My uncle hid under his blankets.
Yeah.
After
That's
a few
what I'd do.
minutes, which felt like hours,
I'd be like, "Go
he
away."
looked at the same spot where he saw the woman, and she was.
Oh, that was.
My
that was some
uncle
good
slept
animation.
with the lights on that night. After that experience,
Ew.
he thankfully didn't
Ew.
experience anything
Ew.
like it ever again.
Why are their feet hanging out the window? Or right outside of the window? That's gross. Ew, 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 ew. Okay, that one was good. Ooh, I didn't like that one. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it. Okay. The last one was good. It got me. I felt it. I felt it in here.
When I was around 14 years old, I always went on the internet, and I had this app called Discord. After a while of having Discord, I met a boy named Luke. We started talking for a while, and one day he asked me what I looked like. Without thinking, I sent him a picture of me. He told me that I...
Okay. Okay, look at that girl. And then look at that girl. What What is that Facetune? What? No way. Okay.
Hair, and how I did my eyeliner. I just said thanks, thinking nothing of it.
She's out here
Around a
catfishing.
week later, he told me that he loved me, and I felt
1 week and you love her? You know nothing. You haven't even actually seen her because that wasn't her. She lied to
the
you.
same way about him.
She lied to you, Luke.
We had so much in common. Luke was very good looking too. He
So
had
much
a
in
different
common.
style from normal people. He wore a mask and always wore the color black.
Who wears masks besides... Who wears masks?
A while later,
not
I
Halloween.
realized it started becoming too much for me. He would always ask me personal questions like where I lived, and I told him I lived in California. He also lived in California and said he wanted to run away, and
Okay.
he said that our relationship was going to get real. We kept talking every day, and he got so overprotective and would text to me every few minutes. One day, I was home alone because my parents were on a trip to celebrate their 20th anniversary. I didn't mind until it became nighttime. It was so dark outside, and it gave me the chills. I decided to close all the windows and make sure that the doors were locked. I sat in my living room and watched some TV. After around 20 minutes, I heard a knocking sound coming from the window.
Don't answer it. Don't you answer
I
it.
realized I didn't pull the blinds over it and that some kids were probably playing tricks on me.
Oh no.
I got up and went to the window.
No.
As I got closer,
You run
my
away.
heart kept beating
You
faster and
don't come
faster.
closer to the window.
I looked out the window and no one was there. So I just closed it with the blinds and sat back down. After that, I got a message from Luke. He said, "Let's meet up now." I told him I was busy and that I couldn't, but he said that I wasn't and that he could see me.
If she's busy, okay? If I'm busy watching a movie, that means I'm busy watching a movie. You don't come out here and tell her she's not busy.
I felt so afraid and told him to stop scaring me because I was home alone, which I really shouldn't have told him.
I think he already knew, honey.
He knew where I lived.
I think he already
and he
knew.
told me that he looked on Snapchat and found my exact location so he could meet up with me whenever he wanted. I was so afraid. I heard a knock on the door and a teen boy's voice tell me to open the door. It sounded so attractive and I knew.
It sounded so attractive. Doesn't matter. You don't open the door. You gotta know who it is.
That it had to be Luke. I stayed
But you don't know
still
that.
and didn't know what to do.
And even then, it's kind of creepy to just open the door. You gotta have somebody with you, girl. You can't just be opening
I was
doors.
home alone and no one could defend me when I'm alone. I
Duh.
texted him and told him to leave me alone now. Luke knocked again.
There you go.
And said he wasn't going to leave. I finally got up and opened the door. There he was, standing there, ever so tall.
No, why'd you open
Smiled
it?
and bit his lip and invited himself in. I told him several times to leave, but he didn't listen. Then he went quiet, and I tapped his back. He ripped his mask off to reveal all the
Ew.
scars he had around his lips.
Okay.
I froze in shock and told him to please leave.
It's like the
now.
Joker.
I was so angry, I didn't even care. Then he smiled creepily and ran downstairs to the kitchen, and I ran after him. He was holding a knife and then ran after me.
Ew, 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 ew,
I
ew.
ran outside, hid in the bushes, and called 911 as fast as I could.
Yeah.
The police arrived quickly. They found him. But what was even more creepy was that he smirked at me when they took him into their car.
Ew.
I called my parents shortly after and told them everything, and they came home. I never want to stay home alone again. It creeps me out. I deleted Discord and blocked him before I did. Having an internet boyfriend will haunt me forever. and I will never forget the creepy smirk he gave me.
Okay, that one was just like, could be completely avoidable. Don't know why she answered the door. I don't care if he was pushing her. You shouldn't have answered the door. Okay, we're gonna watch True Maid Horror Story animated.
We used to have a maid from Indonesia, and her name is Wati. Well, one night it was probably around 2 a.m. Everyone was sleeping. Suddenly, my brother and I heard my maid weeping. She was crying softly. We thought she probably missed her family in Indonesia, so we just ignored her and went back to sleep. The next day, at the same time, around 2 a.m., she was weeping again. This went on and on for 3 months. And we told our parents about it, and everyone had the same thought. She probably missed her family back home. One night at 9 p.m., my brothers and I were chilling in the living room. My maid was in the kitchen washing dishes. My dad was fixing the kitchen light, and suddenly my dad saw a shadow running around in the storage room. My dad thought it was one of us playing around, so my dad called out to my brother, "Can you please get the light bulb from the drawer?" But no one answered. Then my dad shouted, "Hey, can someone help me out and get the light bulb for me?" Both of us ran towards my dad from the living room, which is on the opposite side of the storage room.
His face.
My dad
Yeah, I'd
then
be
got
scared too.
confused and asked
He's
us
like,
why we came from the living room. And we got goosebumps and walked into the storage room.
okay.
We switched the lights on and saw that there was no one there.
Is that a
However,
devil?
we saw the maid shaking.
Oh no.
She looked at us, then started weeping again.
Oh my god, she
My
sees
dad
something.
asked, "Who was that, and why are you weeping?" My maid then explained that it was her guardian from Indonesia.
Ew!
My dad asked her to call him out.
Did you see that? Ew! Ooh, that's scary. Okay. Ew! No! 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 Ew! They had like long fingers on her shoulders. That's creepy.
From Indonesia. My dad asked her to call him out, and he was going to call the police. But my maid stated that it was not a human,
Yeah.
but a spirit that was summoned to protect her. After that, my dad brought us to a nearby hotel for the night and hired a spiritual hunter to chase the spirit away. Following that incident, we no longer heard the maid weeping, and she was sent back to Indonesia 3 days after the incident.
Wait, what? Wait, they sent her... They fixed the issue but sent her back? Okay, that's not fair. Why would you do that? Why would you fix the issue but then send her back? That's not her fault. She was, you know, tied up into those things. They did that to her, whoever she was associating herself with. Anyways, that's it for the video, you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you were as freaked out as I was, because some of these are actually really good, really well animated. I wish I had the talent and skill for that, and the patience, but not for me. Please, if you haven't checked out any of my other videos, they're gonna be on my channel, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, hit the notifications button, whatever you want to do. And please follow me on all my social media, links in the description down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Bye.